Outgoing Senior Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and former MP for Aljunied GRC, Zainul Abidin Rasheed said he's interested to continue working for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mr. Zainul was part of the PAP Aljunied GRC team led by Foreign Minister George Yeo. They lost to the Workers' Party during the general election. He made the comment during a post-election media conference on Thursday.
I've always been interested in the Middle East. So if there is an option for me to be involved in the Middle East, I would like to take advantage of that. It could be in the private sector. It could be at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So I think the options are there.
Senior Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Zainul Abidin Rasheed, announced that he will not be contesting in the next general election, but he will remain as an advisor to grassroots organizations. During a media conference, he reflected on the PAP's campaign in Aljunied GRC and spoke about his plans for the future.
I will never be able to retire from politics. Although I see myself more as a community man, I will continue to be the advisor to grassroots organizations until the party decides what's the way forward. I think it's unlikely for me to stand in the next election. But we'll see what the party has to say. On the question of the speaker, I think you know what PM said. PM said that in fact it will be contingent on my being elected as a member of parliament. And PM has now said that, in fact, since I'm not elected member of parliament, so that question does not arise anymore. So for myself, even if PM were to offer me as speaker now, I personally would not accept it. You know, having not been elected, I think it's not appropriate for me to be considered as speaker of parliament.
Mr. Zainul reflected on the lessons learned during the election campaign in Aljunied GRC and what could have been done differently.
Having Workers' Party top guns coming down, Mr. Lau Tia Kiang and Sylvia Lim, although the other two are relatively new, I think changed the colour of the contest. And so our initial approach of paying attention to local programs, local politics, apparently wasn't enough for the kind of challenge we faced last election.
He also commented on Minister Mentor Lee Kuan Yew's remarks on Malays, Muslims and integration in his recent book, Hard Truths.
feels his remarks on the Malays, Muslims and integration in Hard Truth did not affect the Malay vote. But you need only ask Malays and Muslims in Singapore. Many were hurt by those remarks and remain so. This goes to show how easily the knots of our racial harmony in our community can unravel. The Malay community has made much progress over the years, but it is our collective responsibility to keep at it and find ways to make sure that all Malays are plugged in. This is also true for the other minorities in Singapore.
This will not be the last we will see of Mr. Zainul, whose contribution to Singapore politics may continue through his children.
I have 4 children, one an engineer, one a lawyer, one an accountant, and one a doctor. I think all of them have indicated interest in politics per se, in terms of political developments. They keep up with what's happening in Singapore. But I can't say for sure whether they are interested in party politics per se. I think I will have to leave it to them to decide how they want to contribute towards the political development and the total development of Singapore.
For the full press conference in English and Malay, watch our other clips.